Alright, an update video coming for y'all, and welcome to the very first Spy Log. I got a comment a little while back asking about where is Spy 6 and the progress on it, so I've decided to make a little bit of a video series showing off the behind the scenes. So I will warn you, this is a little bit of spoilery for some things that will be in the film, not necessarily like story details or anything of that nature, just some of the visual effects and elements that will be going on. So in this video I will be showing you a bit of an idea that I had to make the introduction that I typically do for the spy films, in which case it shows the actor, pauses on them, and shows their name and stuff like that. I love doing that, but I wanted to spice it up for the final film and just really show what I can do. So for this I chose to make a full 3D rendered scene that would kind of serve as the location for the credits, the intro credits to roll around. So first things first, I wanted to start off with the walls, and I guess I should also preface this with I'm going to be modeling the base that we basically hide in Spy, I believe it's Spy 3. But it's also the basement that we used to film Spy 1 in. So this room's been used a lot. It was my house at the time and my basement that, you know, just afforded me a lot of opportunity. And as you can see, I'm going to pull up reference photos for that quite often just to kind of get everything looking right. Alright, now with the walls done, the next big thing would be focusing on that door. The door that we all come into after we enter the parking garage. So getting that door correct, getting the molding on the outside, as well as working on the little side window, which isn't really a window, but still. My goal here was just to strive for familiarity and as close accurate to the original scene as I could. Obviously not all of it is going to be seen in shot, so I didn't want to waste too many time with details that, you know, no one's going to see. But I do want to get it as close as I can. So some of the models that you'll see that are already in the scene, such as the hammer, the pistols, the mask, and the tables, I made those a little bit earlier when I first had the idea and started coming up with the models for this scene, essentially. And to give you guys a bit of an idea of what it's going to look like in the end, is I'm going to go for something that was like the credits for Chapter 1 of the game, in which I kind of used the camera to fly around specific props that were used in the short. And if you haven't seen that, please go ahead and check it out. It's still on the channel. But yeah, so around kind of similar concept there. So those things are already pre-modeled because I wasn't recording yet. And yeah. So coming up next is the shutters here, and these were like wooden kind of shutters that were on the right by the entrance from the rest of the basement into this like room that I'm modeling into. So I, again, just trying to strive for accuracy here. I just wanted to get as close as I can to the original and just kind of reflect a lot of the elements, because the main thing is that it's recognizable. I mean, it's a building that's been in the series, or I guess a room that's been in the series several times. So again, I'm just trying to strive for recognizability, but also just trying to be efficient with it as well. I don't want to have to model too much more than I have to model, because that's just going to add extra strain on the computer and just things that I don't necessarily need. But yeah, so I just wanted to add these in because I feel like that's definitely a recognizable element to the room. And yeah, so with those shutters in place, the next thing I kind of wanted to do is there's this little bit of an electrical box on the side corner. Again, this is just kind of adding those details, and now I can just keep saying that, but it's basically just adding little things here and there that I can make it feel lived in, make it feel recognizable, make it feel like it's an actual room. And yeah, I mean, it's not a major element, and you may not have even seen this element if you're, weren't paying attention, because it's not the main part of the scene in which we come in there, and John's pulling out 2 swords to try and repel potential invaders. So, but yeah, and another thing that I didn't end up modeling is like a lot of boxes. We have a lot of boxes in the main shot, and there was reasons for that because it was my basement, but I didn't want this one to look as run down. This model, I wanted it to retain that familiarity, but also to look more like an actual base, more than just straight up a basement with a lot of stuff in it. So I'm hoping that I achieved that with the final result here, just by kind of giving it a bit more of a sleeker look to it. Alright, the next big bit was fixing the ceiling. I had modeled a ceiling previous, as you can see. I'm just bringing it right back there. And I made those industrial lights, which I wanted to use, but after looking at my actual photo references, I realized that those weren't there, which I should have known because I live there, but regardless. Yeah, the lights were actually in the drop ceiling, so I modeled out the drop ceiling and made it a little bit too big. So the goal here was just kind of fix that and break it down into smaller chunks, so that way it felt more proportioned and actually fit with the original look of the room. Alright, adding Toon textures. So I really like the idea of like the Toon shader and just kind of giving it a bit of a cartoon feel with the black outline. I really love it. I mean, I know it's a bit overused at times, but it's something that I really, really like. It's just cool looking. So I kind of wanted to do that and just kind of give it a bit of a different feel. And you guys will have to let me know how you think it turns out when we get to the end here and I show you the final result. But I received feedback from some of the cast members that it does work, it just doesn't work as well. And I think a big reason for that is because you're going from live action immediately to a Toon thing, and I just think that if I were to pull it off, I think it would need to be done more aesthetically with better lighting and things like that, and you guys will see what I mean. But yeah, it was my first time experimenting with this texture. I don't think it'll be the final one, but you guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments below. And you can see there, I kind of forgot that my window wasn't recording the full thing, so you can only, it's kind of cut off, but on the left hand side you can kind of see how that's taken shape and how I'm adding the lines to it. And I sped this part up particularly because it's just a lot of menu clicking and different things like that, but I still do really like the way the Toon shader looks. It just gives it a cartoony feel to it, and I love the way it looks. But I'll be interested to see what you guys think. And I will particularly say this mask was also a point of serious contention, especially down the road, which was a modeling issue on my part. It led to a lot of issues that shouldn't have been there to begin with. It's just how I modeled it. I had a lot of bad things, to not get too technical with it, but yeah, so that was a bit of a nightmare to get fixed. But you can see that kind of starting to come and take shape as I'm trying to balance the colors there, the highlights, and just to get different things, to just get a different look. A bit of an experimentation with the colors and just seeing what's possible. And again, to kind of maintain that accuracy from the original, This is me adding lights into the actual ceiling. So to make it, again, aesthetically look correct to how the actual room was built, and utilizing reference photos to be able to do that, I added those there. And the last piece was just kind of animating that camera, getting a new camera into the scene, and moving that around the scene to kind of showcase the different elements, mainly focusing on that helmet, on the pistols, and the hammer. And after all that work, here is a little bit of the rough draft that was the result. You'll have to let me know what you guys think. The text there is a bit of a placeholder just for the time being. I wasn't satisfied with the font, and it didn't really position well. The tracking data kind of made it a little bit skewed, so there's definitely some issues there. But I think I am revamping it to add different textures to it to kind of give it more of a realistic feel, so it's not such a harsh switch between the two. But let me know what you guys think. I'm curious to know. And thank you guys so much for checking out this video and the support you guys have put towards the spy films over the years, and I guess just patience as well. It's been a long time since these have been able to be rolling forward with production, so I'm thankful now to be finally making some good progress on it and hopefully being able to get those out to you guys really soon. Let me know what you guys think about in the comments below if you'd like to see more videos like this in which I dive into a bit of the background and the details and how things are created and kind of my thought process of it. With any luck, I should have more updates for you guys coming out real soon, and hopefully a date at some point when these things kind of get closer to being able to be released. But I'm looking forward to feedback, looking forward to your comments, and I will see all y'all in the next video.